And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the third place match for the Roommate Group Spring Overwatch Tournament Finals, and we're gonna get started right away. So if you want to go, Blizzard, like we're up against time because there is a mini disc that's going to be happening in less than 60 minutes, or so, I should say, so about an hour and a half. So we're gonna get this third place match started. You get to see a little bit behind the scenes. Normally it'll be all like set up and stuff like that and all nice. Hi, my name is Williams the Fourth. We are gonna be casting this last, and I'm here by myself right now. We will get our second caster in a second here, but we just want to get this rolling. So here we go. So both of these teams played yesterday, and this is the finals here. So there were 8 teams. We're down to 4 teams right now, and we're playing out the third place match. So we saw both of these teams yesterday, and from what I remember, it was definitely on Kanji Club making it work, along with Rewriter on Tink as well. And so the real experts are probably going to be on our grand finals match, which will be a best of 5, and we will also decide in this short amount of time to see whether or not we'll be able to do the second match as well. So here we go. We're going to start off on Oasis, and it is going to be a very similar cost to what we saw yesterday. Rewriter was just playing Ramatcha all day yesterday, along with Kanji Club on the Sigma, and so we're going to see if there's going to be any swaps or whatever. The DPS line seems to be pretty well as well. We got the Soldier and Sombra, and also both Moira and Mercy for NGPA. Now, last time I remember that Force 5 was definitely a very good team fighting team, so I want to see how they're going to do here on Oasis. We'll get started. You can see how it works. All right, looks like. Oh wait, like where did Soldier die? Like, did he walk off the side of the map? Okay, well, no, it was actually a funny copy yesterday. It was on the Soldier that has a pretty good 4K with his ultimate attack visor, but he goes down early, and the trades are coming out on top of this point. So first 5 is elite right now. They have a couple of players on top of it. They're going to try to cap first, but look, NGPA is on the backside of this site. They've already started capping the point, but they get shut down. Finally, Rewriter goes down, the tank line goes down, along with Larry Ari on the Moira, and so now this goes into the favor of Force 5. Its percentage is climbing. They at least took that first fight to Rewriter. They melted them down first, and the team was shut down behind that. And it also looks like NGVA on Funny Copy is their team's a little bit split up here. They've got a couple of their DPS line to get melted down by Ruiner. He's just going to dive in with the Moira, the third DPS for this team's line, and they keep on pushing. A couple more players go down as well. It's still no attacks on this point whatsoever. NGPA is a little bit worse for wear. Rewriter is going to have to back up with this Ramattra as well. He tries to get some damage on the way out, but his team's going to have to regroup. 32% on the side of Force 5, and they are still pushing forward. Moira is still here trying to get the puzzle. Oh, there was a attempt at a back cap here from the Ninetales. Gets shut down right away with a headshot from the Bastion of all places. Rewriter, Rewriter gets in the middle of the ground, Flex gets taken down by Cankless as well. Kanji Club, I should say, or Kanji Club, I should say. My bad. And still, the pits keep coming. Lady Ari does the moves rightfully, does get the res onto Rewriter, so there's still some time in this fight. There's still a tank battle going on between Rewriter and Kanji Club. He gets knocked down, but he stands right back up. Kanji is still standing with the Sigma, but he got finally HDCZ takes down the Rewriter in Ramattra, and now the battle continues. It's still 70% on the side of Force 5, and NGPA is just trying desperately to just take down this massive tank line from Kanji Club, and the Torbjorn has not done anything as of yet, still 75% at the moment, but we do see a Soldier pick come out as well for NGPA, trying to mix things up, switching from the Torbjorn as well. So Funny Coffee and Ninetales both hit scan DPS is trying to just take down this tank line. Keldar takes out HDZZ finally, but he still has an ultimate to come back with. His Turret Strike will happen, but they've got at least 6% to go on Oasis. 98%. There's no one even here to challenge. Rewriter does get takes down Torbjorn and Bucklehouse, but the trades are going back and forth. Funny Coffee also gets elimination as well. It looks like the attack visor will come through. Even though they're in overtime at 99%, NGBA will flip the point back, and we have another fight left to go. It's getting interesting a little bit here. At the very least, like NGBA, a Funny Coffee yesterday. Well, again, that attack visor seems to be the key for NGBA. Once they have it in place, they're able to push and take this point. And so now, we're waiting for the rest of the team. They're going to have to play perfectly from here on out. They cannot afford to lose any more team fights, otherwise it will be the first point over to Force 5. Ninetales does take down Ruckler. Okay, all right, okay. NGBA is waking up a little bit here. They're getting some key eliminations, but AZCC takes down Ninetales on the other side. That soldier is down for a little bit here, but the Ramatra, the Rewriter, is soaking up all the damage. Trying to see if he can manage this fight as well. Oh, the Sigma tank battle is coming out strong here. The Rewriter is being buffed by the Mercy. He's going to have to try to see if he can take down at least Kanji Club. But Kanji Club takes down Mercy right behind them, and now unfortunately Rewriter goes down behind them as well. And it's still 56%. They're still top of this point. They have not flipped it as of yet, but they're still holding strong. Funny Coffee does not have his attack visor in place, so he's going to go down right away, and that point will flip back over. And if no one's here, we're into overtime. We need somebody from NGPA to touch the point to hold on for a second, but overtime ticks away, and that will be Force 5 getting their first point on the board. Similar to what we saw yesterday, NGBA is a really good team fighting team once they have their ultimates in place, but that's just the trick. You need the ultimates in order to win these fights, and so we're going to go into our second point here. Force 5 just needs one more point in order to win Oasis and move forward in the best of 3. And this is our third place match for the Room 8 Group Swing Overwatch tournament. And so this is just playing for points here. Grand finals will be starting shortly as soon as this match is over. As again, we're trying to beat the maintenance period, which will happen in about an hour and 15 minutes. And so apologies if this is all a little bit rushed a little bit, but hey, you know, rush is the name of the game here, so here we go. Not a lot of composition changes coming from either team. They're going to, but Ninetales has decided to play another hit scan DPS. Is going to try for the Tracer to see if they can shake things up. We also have a Lucio Mercy on the other side for NGPA. They are going to dive right on top of this point here. Rewriter is here with the Ramatra, and this side they might have to capture it first when the point unlocks in 10 seconds, but they're looking to see if they can shut down this tank line on the other side. Kanji Club has decided to stick with the Sigma as working for them before. The HDCC who's on the Bastion has made that work as well. Now last time we also saw Rock with a I think a 4K on the Torbjorn with the actual with Molten Core. But hey, we didn't see Ultimate out last match, but NGPA has capped the point, and now they're going to be percentage climbing. So they're looking to take the fight over the Force 5 there. They've been playing extremely well forward here, trying to start Force 5 from even getting back onto the point, but which is a good strategy coming in from NGPA. But not in the face of Sigma. He's trying to take this 1v1 tank battle against again. He gets buffed by the Mercy as well. There's a Mercy on both sides, and they are definitely trying to keep their tanks alive. That's the name of the game. We only have one tank on the field. Rewriter is close to that annihilation. We'll try to pull it out if at all possible. But he's backing up, and he gets shut down by Kanji Club. He just did not have any healing. We will have an annihilation for the next fight. It is 32%, or 35%. It will probably be the time that Force 5 will flip it back. And they're looking to do so, and yes, they will. They will flip it back almost to get this last player up in Funny Coffee. The soldier will have to turn back to spawn. So they will have a couple ultimates. Oh, the Lucio goes down early as well. They had the beat ready for this. We'll have the beat ready for the next fight. Along with Ninetales, we'll have the Pulse Bomb as well. So looking to probably initiate off the Pulse Bomb and maybe have the attack visor to follow it back up. But look at this. Rewriter says, no way. The Pulse Bomb does come out. It whiffs. It gets nothing. But Rewriter is looking to see if he can activate his annihilation on top of this point. When he's on the other side, Funny Coffee on the other hand, yeah, he does. So the annihilation does come out, and he's trying to get some value out of it as well. Ruiner is going to do coalescence as well, and just taking down multiple players. He takes down Ninetales, Funny Coffee, and the tank line in Rewriter, and that is a 5-kill streak coming in for Kanji Club as well. And it's the 38% climbing. It's looking pretty good. Even though in that initial fight didn't go Force 5's way, they're definitely taking control of this matchup and moving on forward. Once again, it's just here by myself. We're doing this third place matchup. We're just going to keep on rolling through here because, again, we're facing management time. We're going to have our second caster come in shortly here. We'll definitely get them involved in this matchup here. But 58%. Oh, Reaper, wait! He switched over to Reaper and has a 3-kill with has a 3K with his ultimate, and the fourth one goes down as well. He is unstoppable. But as we say that, there seems to be a back half attempt coming in from NGPA. Like they said, well, if you're gonna play this far forward, you might as well try to back cap it as well. But the attempt fails. They walk backwards at 76%. But HDZC with the clutch ultimate 5 frags on the day. A 10-kill streak. He is looking unstoppable, and he's going to try to dive into this Ramacho as well, trying to take down Rewriter. Funny Coffee does have to take faster. That was in the last point. That was the kind of the win condition, so that does get activated, but he gets taken down right away by HDZC. And so now it's 93%. It's looking that like not a lot of players are here to contest this point. It will be 80, 98, 99, and it's going into overtime. There's one last desperation play. The Ramacho is here because melts down right away. And Force 5 look to take Oasis 2-0. Hold on a second. So I will give you. I'm gonna give you my. Oh, hold on a second. One sec, guys. We're gonna get our casters in, our second caster into here. So give me 1 second.
Send it. Yeah. Well, I can pick up play-by-play if you want.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So we have ourselves Soav, who is going to be our play-by-play caster for the rest of the for this matchup. How are you doing, Soav?
It's a beautiful day to come in and check in on some Overwatch, and that was quite a game one over at Oasis, I gotta say. Both of these teams and players coming in really, really big, playing for third place. I mean, very excited as we go to Kings Row. What are these guys bringing out? Because there was quite a variety of picks. Well, I mean, do you think either of these guys are going to stay on their picks? Because we heard the Torbjorn come out, we saw those pocket mercies. Do you think they're going to hang on those, Will? Because I have to imagine it sounded like they're putting in a lot of work with those mercies.
Listen, you throw all of your expectations out the window. I understand that like there's this idea of like the meta, but like we're not playing meta here, we're playing Overwatch, and so people are on the folks are on the comfort picks, and they're making it work though. I mean, Funny Coffee has been on the Soldier this entire time, and every time he gets attack visor, he gets at least 3K as well. And we've seen Torbjorns, we've seen mercy pockets as it were, and so we're gonna get into King's Row. Force 5 has one point. We're gonna adjust that as well, but they're looking to finish this up and win in third place, and they're gonna be on attack first.
Yeah, this is match point, so really, really important. Every single instance counts here. Defense looking pretty strong. There is Funny Coffee over on that Soldier, like you said, and I mean, yeah, it's hard not to get value when the game does the aiming for you, and you have that nice pocket from Lydia Haris. Force 5. I mean, pretty much similar comps actually on the support lines. I'm very interested in that fact.
Yeah, for sure. So. Also, Rewriter has been on the Ramacho and been doing pretty well. It's just been an interesting like tank battle most of the time between Rewriter and Kanji Club. They just go at each other, and with the mercies the pocket. And so here we go. Again, Force 5 is on the attack. They are on match point, and we're hoping that they can pull this out in King's Row and keep and win third place here.
Yeah. Sigma shield breaking out does get broken, and Excretion goes long, and that'll force all the cooldowns out of this Sigma. Feeling that pressure, the Ramacho moves in, throws those hands, does find a trade into the Ash of Ninetales, does go down, so that's going to put a little bit of pressure on this defense. Rock comes out, does catch one, and suddenly this choke is looking pretty vulnerable here. The slow comes in. Meanwhile, HDZ just looking for picks, trying to find anybody they can. Funny Coffee will fall in the background. That's a big carry from the defense, and it looks like it's going to be a go button. There's a great shot onto Rewriter to open it up, and suddenly this Force 5 team's looking very, very strong to cap. Just pushing in a lot of the way. Rekbox just looking in, looking for a target, seeing nobody really around. It's a free point, Will, at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, but like I said, it's sometimes what happens is like they'll capture the first point, and we've seen a couple of the hybrid maps yesterday. They'll capture the first point, but there were some massive stalls pointing towards the end of King's Row. So it might be a quick capture, but definitely it's going to be a very long map. And so here we go. Force 5 does have 5 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock to go to the street space of King's Row. And look at the ground time
already. Flux early does find one. Ninetales again an early close. That's both DPS and the tank down. I mean, this fight's already over, Will.
Oh jeez, goes right behind it and he cleans it right up. So Kanji Club, I mean, definitely one of the MVPs for Force 5, just making that Sigma work. He has been stuck on the Sigma like the entire time. I think even on yesterday as well. And so we're moving greatly into team phase, or to street space. It was a team wipe for NGBA, even though the team kill thing didn't ring out. And so NGBA is gonna have to back up and regroup.
Yeah, this Sigma out of Kanji Club has been very, very good, especially given that matchup versus the Ramatra main doesn't always favor them, so really playing it well. Looking in, there is the initial shield, and the tanks will meet and start to butt the heads. Orb thrown out just to try to bait a little space back. Now the Sims here, though. Ninetales decided they've had enough, and they just want to take the easy picks and by that space. Turrets in. Rewrite does have that ult, but that will be the first couple ultimates popped on both sides. Both Valkyries out, and Rewriter going in deep, trying to find some sort of value. Has to block, though, just to buy the space and try to soak the damage. The rest of the team of NGBA pushing in, though, and there's the pick on the Ninetales, though. Looks like this Force 5 team is coming back with a vengeance. Runner finds one on their own. Two ultimates up, and there's the Coalescence. Zeldar feels like we can't afford to lose this here. Gives in, finds 2 with it, comes up huge, and that finally puts all the stop down for NGBA.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Morris is just draining this tank in Kanji Club. He's trying to get at least the Mercy down, and he keeps healing him behind that. And it's going to follow. That was almost a little bit personal there for Rewriter. Just going to take down Derb in the back line.
Does force out that Molten Core, though. Both Mercies now fallen, and Rewriter's a little too deep. Eventually gets punished by Kanji Club, and it looks like Force 5 will eventually get this pushback as the Bastion from HDZD will come out. And yeah, we are just full damage here now.
Yeah, absolutely. Hit scan. And again, we've seen some interesting Molten Core plays yesterday as well. Like, I've never seen a 3K with the Molten Core, but like somebody pulled it off on the Paul as of yesterday, and I think it was Rock, actually.
That sounds about right. The Sombra now in Ninetales still searching for an answer and is settled on the Sombra. Rewriter already sitting on yet another Annihilation, though, is huge. There needs to be a stop coming in, and that looks like it'll be the opening. Bastion hits the turret form. Recon is there. Rewriter has to commit their form in, and the Visor's out as well. Everything out for NGBA just to try to find some value. Annihilation from Rewriter does find 2. Looks like the cleanup is here, and that will be a stop just before point B. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful stop. The team wipe comes through, and that will be the hold there. 2 minutes and 30 on the clock just to buy a little more time. It did spend everything from NGBA, though, to keep them going. And Force 5 now looking to come back with a vengeance. 3 ultimates up for them. Both support ultimates and the Flux here. No response in sight to be had. NGBA does get hit. Rewriter takes that rock to the face, and suddenly this pushback is looking pretty good here. Both shields out for the teams, and there's the Flux to kick it off. 2 in the air. Does Flux. There goes that Lady Ahari on the Mercy. That is an important pick down. 2 down, and Force 5 is back and looking for cap. Just 2 minutes on the clock, and I mean, Zeldar is way deep now. Zeldar is in the back line trying to find anything. HDZD looking for more. Can't quite find anything, but they will find the point, and that is the important thing. Runner finds one on the way out for Ninetales, and Zeldar finally getting punished for that aggression on the way out. Quite a aggressive push. Funny Coffee that's sitting in, that's stuck behind enemy lines now. No real, nothing to their name, unfortunately, but just will have to take some poke pressure here. Finally one back. Rewriter falls early, and that is an open pick for the side of Force 5, who are really keeping this cart rolling. 4 on cart, 3 ultimates up. Rewriter does get res back into the fight, but the damage has been done. HDZD still sitting with this ultimate, trying to corral everybody in. Kanji Club finds one. There's the EMP, catches several, comes down. Ninetales follows up on 1, and that is a big pick on the Bastion there. Does about an ult, runs her sense in the Coalescence, try to keep the team alive, and Deer V will throw in the Valkyrie as well, just to keep it going. Bastion ult finally coming in. Where does it land? Rewriter looking to find the Mercy. Does manage to pick Lady Ahari in the back, so a huge ult coming in. Meanwhile, Rewriter looking in, finds the Bastion isolated, but has to throw Annihilation thrown in. NGBA not willing to give this up right away. Zeldar throwing it in also. Molten Core thrown in, but gets punished immediately. So not spent there, and it looks like NGBA will hold this down with 2 minutes on the clock.
I mean, the Annihilation comes in clutch for Rewriter, and as we were mentioning earlier, this is again what we saw yesterday. I think this was a King's Row, and I think it was this team. They definitely had the threats towards the end to hold off for a little bit, but maybe it's a little too late here because now that card is halfway to that last point, and we're gonna have to hold on to our butts for the next minute and 50 seconds to see if NGBA can hold Force 5 here and give themselves a win condition for their attacking phase.
Rock throws the core out just to buy a little space, and speaking of that, it gets Rock 3 in the flux is huge. There needs to be follow-up. There's one from Kanji Club finds Funny Coffee coming up to that, and that is an important pick there as the rest of the team is looking. He's trying to find a way out, doesn't find one, and Force 5 continues to hold here.
Oh my. Another pretty much darn near team wipe, and now this card is pretty much free to get to the end of the card. We're gonna see if Funny Coffee can rush back to the point and use this attack visor, who's gonna activate right away.
There's that visor. Does looking, his shield in face. Sigma is there to block it, and it just gets eaten up. Ninetales finds one, followed up with Rewriter. They're not giving this up yet. Ninetales still holding that EMP. Does eventually connect it, catches only one, but it was an important one in Kanji Club. Funny Coffee apparently just takes a trip off the ledge, unfortunately, and that's just the way it is. But the two tanks still vying for spot. The Mercy holding on to that Ramacha for dear life. Support's just buying the best they can, and suddenly the reinforcements for Force 5 coming in, including that Torture, and they will get it just across in time at 45 seconds, and what a strong run back from Force 5 there.
Yeah, absolutely. They looked a little bit worse from where, but NGBA looks like signs of life. That's what we're looking for here. We're not looking for a final here. We're looking to see if NGBA can hold on. So at the very least, though, Force 5 does complete with time in the bank, and so like similar to yesterday, I believe NGBA was in a very similar situation. They kind of had a low time bank, and Force 5 did complete King's Row for them, and so now NGBA will be on their attacking phase, and they need to at least complete King's Row with time in the bank to have another shot at this, or Force 5 can hold them here and win this third place match in the Room 8 Group Spring Overwatch Tournament.
I mean, it's a tough spot, right? Considering what Force 5 has shown. I mean, Rock has been great on that Torbjorn, and we'll see that come out. Kanji Club has looked stellar on that Sigma. NGBA has quite a mountain in front of them, but they are going to look to do it, and I mean, Ninetales still searching for an answer. Is the Junkrat the answer here, Will? I'm not sold on it. I actually liked the Sombra they brought out.
Well, I will tell you that Ninetales on the Junkrat yesterday was effective. Like he got a 3K off the Junkrat tire, so maybe they know something that we don't. But at the very least, HCZC are I'm gonna mess that up a little bit on this Widow. Like on defense on King's Row. Okay.
That's. I mean, they must be feeling themselves.
Yeah, it might be just an intro play here to try to pick out, yeah, and it hits Amy right in that spot, but there is no one there to be found. It seems that NGBA will try their ground game for this first attack. Oof.
Yeah. Oh, the Ramatra is there. Does eat a little bit of damage, but eventually it just gets it picked back up. But a strong hold line from Force 5, really just keeping those angles in check. And the Ramatra just getting all those eventual pockets. There goes the turret, the first to fall, and that's a big problem out of the way for Force 5. So HTZ now going to take this off angle, looking for a spot, and Rock will be the first to fall. Funny Coffee finds them in the background. That is a good early pick, considering there's not a lot of damage now. The Sigma is there, holding, grasping, just trying to find some spot back. But Zeldar is the return pick, so that first blood finally, unfortunately, not coming to fruition. Funny Coffee finds a second in that, but the trades continue to come back. Kanji Club and Runner find a pair of their own, and suddenly this point looks like pretty well to be held in the favor of Force 5. The respawns will be coming in. HTZ is going to go back to that Bastion, but I think they won't need to be there in time. This looks pretty well held for now.
Absolutely, and so with 3 minutes left on the clock, NGBA has not even touched this point as yet. They are being held at the archway. And we're just going to see if they can push a little bit forward here. They're going to have to do something here because they need to at least capture this first point, put time on the clock. Otherwise, Force 5 will full hold NGBA and win this tournament.
Yeah, this Rewriter is looking. He has Annihilation up. There's Flux. He's going to send it in. Does find Rock immediately, but really just creating the pressure there. Funny Coffee follows it up with one of their own, and it looks like that was all it took, was Rewriter's Annihilation to buy that space through. And now there's just those remaining picks. Ultimates come out, but Runner is immediately taken out in the middle of that Coalescence. Zeldar putting in one of their own, and will get a cleanup onto the Mercy. So just the remaining members of Force 5 in the way, but NGBA takes it with a pretty dominant showing of those ultimates.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's just going to stick with this composition. And like NGBA is just like, once they get ultimates in place, show signs of life. The Annihilation and Attack Visor is also available for Funny Coffee. Look at this. They get 2 eliminations right behind that.
Ooh. That's a huge pick. I mean, again, that turret just constantly just taken down, and the swap will come in over onto the Zarya now. Just deciding we are not winning on the Sigma. We're just going to go headlong into this. The Bastion begins firing that turret form. Doesn't really find anybody, needs to get out of line of sight and by that pocket, but Kanji now over on this Zarya looking for any sort of energy just to try to buy themselves a little bit more space and get this hold here. Funny Coffee pops the visor, looking for more. Looking for anybody, pushes in, doesn't find, gets punished by Kanji. That is a huge cancel right there for that, as the rest of Force 5 pushing in, trying to find some more space. And GBA looking for more. They find the Mercy in the corner, unable to get the final pick. The Zarya is back in though, and it has the charge. Kanji finds the one in Ninetales and dies the tire. Could have been huge. Your Rider just looking for any sort of pick. Is hanging on, pops Annihilation so, again, quick already. Decarb. Dear B just falls into that, and again, Rewriter just continues to find value with these Annihilations. Kanji looking so quick, just walks right past, trying to find anybody to pick, catches the hands of Rewriter in their face again, and manages to come out alive here, Will, but the point is continuing to travel.
Yeah, absolutely, and so this cart is just barely forward here. Like, well, we can see Ninetales between the Coalescence and the Junkrat tire, 2 eliminations, along with that Coalescence making a 3rd. And so now NGBA is, I think this is point alpha for NGBA.
Yeah, you called it. Ninetales was looking good in the Junkrat, continued to do so. The Lone Moira will make the attempt, but is just not going to be much of anything. Unfortunately, just need to clean up this last bit, and the Moira continuing to live will eventually get out. I mean, it did give Runner a little bit of that ult charge, so that is still important.
Yeah, absolutely, and so that is going to be point alpha for NGBA. And so now, with 4 minutes and 12 seconds left for the clock, can they get a better time bank than Force 5? That's the question.
Bastion ultimate is in, does find Zeldar, and that is a huge chunk of healing out. So this NGBA push doesn't really have a lot, but they want to continue to go. Funny Coffee, a little too far, gets punished for it by the Bastion, so caught out from that off-angle. Rewriter and Lady Ari, which is the last ones there, will get chased out, and it'll be a reset. Still a bit of time on the clock.
Yeah, for sure. And so the Coalescence does come out on the one side, and now they just need to push a little bit further here. But if they can just break this defense line from Force 5, maybe they can actually complete it with time in the bank. But you can imagine with some of the how well they were doing so far, but HDZC with the Bastion, the Sniper Bastion as it were, and they're just going to keep on going with a couple more eliminations.
Yeah, that Bastion and the Torbjorn now with the Zarya too, so much high value damage out there. Tier B will pop the Valkyrie, as we did see the Graviton Surge come out as well, so managed to find one in it, and that is a pick. That is, again, enough to hold, because that's so much there. Rewriter pops the Annihilation, though, and just continue looking for kills, while Kanji just continues to run into the backline, does eventually get punished, and I think Force 5 have found the answer to the Sigma, to the Ramattra problem.
Yeah, for sure, and so now it's just so now we just need a little bit more, like both of these teams in this last section of King's Row, which is of Legends, regardless of the meta you may experience in Overwatch. King's Row, that point Bravo is hard fought and hard won, and so now you have 2 minutes and 38 seconds left on the clock just to make an answer, to find an answer and push this thing forward.
They are looking for it. Rewriter falls early again, just kind of gets swarmed on, but Zeldar is looking for any sort of value. Now Ninetales swapping to the Pharah, trying to find a new answer to the problem here. Looking, doesn't really find anything, does find the turret, but it's pushed back by Runner's Coalescence. Will eventually just have to get out, and it's going to be another reset for NGBA. Just even more time off the clock.
Yeah, for sure. We're just like, and his card is getting pushed all the way back to point alpha. I mean, it's just insane to me.
Yeah. Force 5, an absolute rock trying to hold this down. Graviton Surge out as well. Does catch 2. Barrage to counter though. Ninetales finds 2, and that's 2 big picks. The Bastion Assault Form does come out, doesn't find anybody, and Ninetales has gone in deep, managing to get some value. Does manage to get saved out, and the damage is done. Well, they'll get this cart rolling again.
Yeah, absolutely. And so once again, this golden, well, it was not even the golden box of victory. They just need to get actually completed right now. But look at this. Considering what we saw in the last 3.5 minutes, now it looks like this card is almost halfway there.
I mean, the swaps now come in, realizing we need to deal with a little bit more. Great boop! Oh no, that catches at least one out. Rock does take the long fall, and I mean, the Kanji Club swapped over to the D.Va just to try to deal with the Pharah a little bit more. Now, Rewriter does have Annihilation once again. Basically, has had it on cooldown for how quickly it is. Coalescent, Valkyrie is out, and Rewriter still just trying to buy the space into this D.Va. Really looking for Reaper HDZ in his face, looking for more. Rewriter pops the hands, looking for fists, trying to find any sort of kill, looking for more. Knows they have the Mercy support, trying to find anything. Molten Core gets out and is immediately punished. The Annihilation is out as well, and they can sense the blood. Rewriter finds 2 with that Annihilation. Just need to keep this rolling. The pocket now even throwing the Coalescence. Zeldar feels they need to give it more. Self-destruct in, doesn't find anybody, and the Remake doesn't get a squish either. Deerby has to pull out the support ultimates of their own, and Force 5 manages to come with the later ultimates in their pockets. Come out huge here. They just need to push back at the rest of NGBA.
Yeah, for sure, because now Kaji Club, once again, the defense comes into play. It's 25 seconds. It's 25 seconds and counting for Force 5 to win this tournament after a back-and-forth battle towards this front point Bravo. And Kaji Club the clock is definitely ticking. And look at this, the rocket barrage is coming in, and it gets stifled for a second, but he does get the turret at the very least for his trouble. But ultimate for space nonetheless. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And it looks like that Force 5 will... Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, no, overtime. Touch is live, and there are people there. Self-destruct again is already there. Doesn't catch anybody. Overtime continues to tick down. Someone needs a touch. I don't think they're going to make it, and that is it. Force 5 takes your 3rd place in the Room 8 group game.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, congratulations to Force 5 for pulling this thing out. It makes it all worth it. They definitely... It was definitely a little bit airy towards the end of King's Row, but hey, they made it work. And so, this is going to be a Remacha play, yeah, for Rewriter. Like, even though they lost, so Rewriter definitely made his presence felt on the Annihilation and on this. So here we go. We're gonna go back to the cast for 1 second here. So thank you so much for coming in, Clutch. And I know it's a little bit early on our side, but hey, that was just a 3rd place match. And unfortunately, we are facing maintenance in 50 minutes for Overwatch. There's a maintenance period today that is going to affect all of us in about 50 minutes. And so unfortunately, we cannot do our best of 5 match of today because we'll be coming up against that maintenance period time. And so with that being said, we are going to have to end this things here. We're going to try to see, well, we're not trying, we are going to do our grand finals tomorrow, legit grand finals tomorrow. So you know, anything could possibly happen, but hey, listen, the Force 5 NGPA, congrats to Force 5 for taking 3rd place. NGPA, we can't count them out either. That was definitely put up a fight in both of those happened, both Oasis and King's Row. So do you have any final thoughts?
Just glad to catch what I could. Can't wait to see how this final plays out, because if this 3rd place is any indicator of that finals, there's 2 great teams in that finals tomorrow.
For sure. Well, for myself, for Solaf, and for MI Blizzard in the background, we will see you tomorrow for grand finals. It'll be a best of 5. We'll see you soon.